Ghana Institute of Governance and Security, the Petroleum Exploration and Production Bill 2013, a death sentence on Ghana's economic emancipation and economic independence. Pictorial view of areas of oil and gas deposits in Ghana. As you can see from the map, Ghana has both the onshore and offshore deposits. The offshore deposits are shown in the black margin along the coast of Ghana, divided into Tano Basin, Salt Pond Basin, and Accra-Kita Basin. The onshore deposits are onshore Kita, onshore Tano, and the Voltaian Basin. Now, the Voltaian Basin occupies about 40% area of Ghana, occupying all the riverine areas enclosing the Volta Lake. Offshore activity map of Ghana. From the map, you can see that the offshore blocks have been divided. And almost all the blocks at the offshore has been awarded to various oil companies for exploration. Jubilee Fields is just a small area in the Tano basins. Other fields discovered in the Tano basins are Odum 1, Chunibua 1, Sankofa 1, Jata 1, Owu and Inyira. Others are Tik, Banda, Jinyami, Paradise, and Akasa. It is said Paradise has a greater potential than Jubilee Fields, but has the worst agreement covering it. Judging from all indication, the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security has observed and noticed that Ghana's economic emancipation and economic independence are being led forever to the economic guillotine to be sacrificed by the political class and the elite technocrats handling the upstream oil and gas industry. The economic destiny of this country, the present and the future, is being shackled in chains. The powerful in the past collaborated with the Europeans and Americans to shackle and chain their own into slavery. We have observed that the adoption of the current prevailing system, modern concession, a hybrid between the concession and production sharing agreement, is not in the best interest of Ghana. The modification of the old concession to include carried and participation interest and additional oil entitlement may be an improvement, but not in any way superior and better than the production sharing agreement. A wolf in a sheep's skin. Ghana will be suffering the same fate Nigeria suffered in the past when operating under the old traditional concession and joint ventures. During the oil boom days of 1970s, the windfalls went to the oil companies alone. Nigeria reaped nothing but debts. Ghana is already reaping huge mountain of debts, a foundation for future economic instability. The political leadership The officials of Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) and other individuals in the pockets of the oil companies or connected to the power elite were the only beneficiaries of that country's oil boom at the time. We have observed that a similar situation has emerged in Ghana too, with some few already multi-dollar millionaires by default, a threat to security and good governance. Nigeria has learned her bitter lessons under the old concession and joint ventures, and therefore has shifted to the pure production sharing agreement and service agreement, and not to the modern concession. Our argument is, if the modern concession was a better system than production sharing agreement, why did Nigeria not adopt it? If the modern concession was a better system, why did our neighbors in the sub-region, new entrants into the oil industry, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Senegal, signed onto production sharing agreement? If the modern concession was a better system, why did the East African countries, also newcomers, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Somaliland, and South Sudan, not adopt it but signed onto production sharing agreement? Ghana's adoption of the modern concession would make it difficult for her to derive the full maximum benefits from the oil and gas resources if the bill is passed in its current form to include the physical provisions and other unfavorable sections it contained. It is the modern concession, that is the current prevailing system, which the bill seeks to consolidate into law, and Ghana $2.557 billion as at 30th September 2014, representing 20.50% of total production revenue, a shortfall of 21.50 below the international standard of 42% minimum government take. While the foreign oil companies, our contractors, earned $9.953 billion net of profit taxes. This trend will remain forever, adopting the modern concession. Ghanaians, nobody from GNPC, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, Petroleum Commission, Civil Society Organization Platform on Oil and Gas, Ministry of Finance, should deceive you that the trend would change. Ghana was operating under pure production sharing agreement, the country would have earned a total of $6.215 billion as at 30th September 2014, made up of royalties and profit oil, excluding profit taxes, surface rentals, and participating interest.